Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Yay! Been a while, guys. Oh my god, I haven't sat in front of the camera and talked to y'all since 2023, and it's 2025 now. So I know y'all missed me. I missed you guys too. Today I have a lot to share with you guys, especially because it's been so long since I sat down and updated you guys on my life and where I'm at. Hopefully this ambiance is giving off we're having a serious conversation, because we are. What we're going to be talking about is anxiety. So just for some quick context, I turned 21 in 2024, so I'm also currently in my last semester of college. In 2024, as you guys will see, I'm still working on the content that I filmed. I was in Korea for my spring semester in 2024. In the fall, I was in New York working co-op, which is like a long-term internship. But yeah, I was doing that for 6 months after I came back from Korea. Now I'm entering my final semester of college. Outside of 2024 and throughout my 4 years of college, I've traveled a lot. I went to Singapore the summer after my freshman year. I've been in a relationship. I've done 2 co-ops. I like to consider myself someone who has a lot of, life experience for someone that's still in college. But despite that, recently going into 2025, I was riddled with anxiety. It was weighing down on my chest for weeks on end. It was during the break that I had right after my co-op ended, going to the holidays, and right before I moved into my dorm. Before this break, I was so busy, I couldn't even stop to think about and process all the things I was doing or what these things will later mean in my life. But during that break, I literally had nothing to do. I was just occupying myself with dance classes, which, by the way, was eating away at the money that I was making through co-op. And I was convincing myself that I was being productive. My justification for that was because in 2024, I decided that I wanted to become a professional dancer. And this might not come to a surprise to some of you guys, because you guys have watched my last video where I talked about my dance journey and I gave you guys hints about wanting to work in dance. To be honest, in that video, I didn't tell you guys directly that I wanted to become a professional dancer. I was terrified. And I still am. Despite what I put out into the world, I don't come from a very stable background. I'm sure it doesn't come to surprise you guys that dance really doesn't make a lot of money, just like its other derivative art forms. And it really sucks because these art forms contribute so much to society and people really undermine its worth and value. When I decided to do this career, it did not relieve me at all. In fact, I was more terrified because now I'm committed to potentially making no money and being unstable and perhaps homeless. And I'm putting this degree that I've been working towards for 4 years to basically no use. I'm putting it as plan B. Some of you guys might be hearing this and being like, Victor, what the fuck?
You are a fucking idiot.
And I want those people to know that I know, like, in my head, I'm telling myself that all the time. That literally is what my anxiety is, thinking that I'm about to be homeless and broke on the streets. I'm sure so many people in the world, especially people around my age, can relate. No matter the background, it's such an undescribable feeling of loneliness. You feel like nobody truly understands your path. Nobody does, except for you, which is even more reason why you can't be the one telling yourself that you can't do it or you can't make it in whatever you want to do. I know oftentimes in the state of this world where it seems like the economy is collapsing every other week, there's some sort of disaster that's happening around the world that you can't control but you feel so deeply about. It's easy to feel overwhelmed and alone and like there's nothing in your life that's in your control. Personally, I am surrounded by very inspiring people. I was lucky enough to be living with one of my best friends now. Her name is Kara. She was my roommate while I was in New York for co-op. She witnessed my nervous breakdown in person. Mind you, she is a professional dancer and she's a couple years older than me, so she has that experience. I often look to her as someone that made it, or almost like a future version of myself. I contribute a large part of the reason why I decided to pursue dance professionally to her. I was able to see her make it possible for herself. And that applies to a lot of things in my life. That applied to me getting to college. My peers that were applying to college with me made me think that it was possible for me to go to college as well, even though the odds were stacked against me. This mindset of, if they could do it, why not me, really saved me from a lot of tough times. But you know what's funny? when I was breaking down to Kara, I was telling her everything that I was feeling, all the anxiety, my uncertainty with the decision to pursue dance professionally. She was going through the same thing. I knew there was chances that she was probably facing doubts every day, but her career is going great. She's such a well-respected teacher now in New York. She's dance backed up for some great artists, booked some great commercial jobs. But at the end of the day, I forget that she's still a girl in her 20s, still trying to figure this shit out. All the achievements that she's been doing for herself have been very recent. To her, it all felt like luck, which is something I could relate to so much. Everything that I've achieved in my life, I felt like it's been luck. And honestly, part of that may be true, you know? Luck is a component, you know? The stars align. Opportunities have to meet preparedness, and that's what luck is. But that's the one thing that people forget about. Luck is not just opportunity, it's also preparedness. No matter how many opportunities you get, if you're not prepared for any of them, then you are unlucky. You know, those opportunities were not meant for you and they're gonna pass you by. So in order for luck to work, you have to put in the work consistently. And the consistent work that you put into yourself is honestly your best affirmation. Because one thing I can promise you is that in this lifetime, if you keep working towards one thing, there's absolutely no way that it will not happen for you. But what may happen is that once you achieve it, you may not feel like what you thought you will feel like when you achieve whatever goal you have right now. And I'm sure someone may have told you this before, but that's simply because you're not happy with yourself now. So there's no way you'd be happy with yourself in the future once you achieve the goal. So what is use in sitting in all that self-doubt, self-pity, and rumination? And it almost feels like you're being productive because anxiety could be motivating. The fear of everything, honestly, is a pretty good motivation, or at least on paper it is. But truth of the matter for me is it was crippling. I was paralyzed for all those weeks throughout the holidays. I had so much I wanted to do because I was scared of not doing anything. I ended up not doing anything because there was so much I was overwhelmed, and I just ended up not doing most of the things I wanted to do in a day. And that just led me into a downward spiral of anxiety. So many things happened in my favor in life, and just as many things that I feel like happened to me, so many things has happened for me. And it has always happened because I've been putting that consistent work and trust in myself and making it happen. Getting into college is one of those examples. I honestly was not the best student in high school, nor did I have the money to afford college. And I'm at a full-fledged private university in Boston, fully paid for through scholarship. And it's not through magic. I prepared myself, and the stars aligned, opportunities came, and I took it. And it's so easy to forget all those achievements because you're so stuck on the problems, the newer problems you have in the present. But the concept is the same for other problems and the future goals that you want to achieve. Don't expect results right away. I promise you the results will naturally come. There's so many opportunities in this world, and people often feel like there isn't enough because opportunities keep passing them by because they weren't prepared for it. If you're prepared for it, there's more than enough opportunities for everyone. These thoughts are something that I've been wanting to share because I feel like it's thoughts that resonate with a lot of people in their 20s, especially their early 20s, where they're new adults, still trying to figure out all this adulting stuff and what they want to do for their life. I did want to mention that there's definitely so many things out there in life for you. You do not have to pick one thing and settle down. Of course, I want to pursue dance right now and I want to make a great career out of it, but I don't want dance as my career for the rest of my life. Maybe later on in my 30s, 40s, 50s, I decided to pursue something different. Maybe cooking, maybe writing, other things I'm passionate about. And I could make a whole nother video about this, but don't pressure yourself to stick to one thing. That just adds on to the anxiety. Thank you guys for listening. I want you to know that you're not going through this alone. There are so many people around you that feel the same way. Feel free to talk to anybody. Talk to me, DM me on Instagram. Write it out in the comments. I read all of them. This life shit is hard, you know? It's a lot less hard with community. I'll see you guys. Bye.